I stumbled across 3D animation by accident. I met a friend of mine during my school days. He used to work at a cyber cafe, and he had just downloaded the software called Autodesk Maya. So it sparked my interest right away, and I saw the possibility of creating stories and animation through that software. My name is Richard Oboh. I'm a graduate of chemical engineering from the University of Port Harcourt. I finished in 2007 and I served in Kano State. I'm a 3D animator and I've been doing professional 3D animation work right from after my youth service in 2009. And I started a business which is called Orange VFX Studios in 2010 May. So from that moment on, I began my journey discovering what animation is like, how to create characters, how the entire process takes place from start to the finish. And from there, it has just been a journey up to this point. And then that's how I founded Orange VFX Studios. To learn animation, for me, it took quite a while. It's a continuous process. I'm still learning even at the very moment. So it's an ongoing process, it never ends. I've been learning animation since 2006. And of course, as with any skill, you can keep improving, you keep learning, technology keeps changing, you have to keep updating your skills to match up with the latest advancements. The tools are getting easier to use, they're getting better, computers are getting faster. So of course, you have to keep that pace, and innovation too is making things a lot easier. For example, we have AR, VR, that's augmented and virtual reality, to make animation work a lot more, practical and easy to achieve. I'm very, very passionate about learning, and I love discovering new ways and new methods of achieving content creation. Animation is quite appealing to just about anyone. Young children love animation, to even the elderly people. So it's a way to pass information in as easy way and as friendly as possible, in such a way that it's a lot easier to digest than if we're regular books or newspapers or magazines that sometimes can be much more difficult to understand. When I make animation, a lot of things give me inspiration. First and foremost, the environment around me, my personal experiences about different things in life, what I watch on TV, movies, Hollywood, even right around us, our own society right here in Nigeria, in Lagos State. When I read stories about people, mostly positive people that have brought about change, heroes, people that make a change, that make a difference in life, role models, people that Nelson Mandela, so we have so many people like them right here even on our own doorstep. So people like that, I am always drawn to such storytelling. I'm also inspired by fiction. I love the idea of being able to create what is not real and then create a storyline out of it, characters that don't exist, and then be able to tell a story from an African point of view, from a Nigerian perspective, stories that up till now has not still been told to the rest of the world. I love that feeling of being able to do something that makes Africans proud, and it's really inspiring to be able to see it come to life. And then when I watch people, I see the smiles on their faces, I see their reaction, and it encourages one to want to keep on creating content. So a lot of things give me inspiration, and it's something I see myself doing for quite a very long time.
Wale, oh boy, why this TV bell like this now?
For animation, it's possible for one person to do all of these things, but it's not very ideal, and most times it's practical. So it's possible in some cases, and that's when it's a short project. For example, it's a very short duration, say something like 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes, really short production. So it's possible for one person to do the entire process from start to finish. and also maybe if it's few characters, if there are characters involved, and then the story is not too complex, it's simple environment and everything. It's possible for one person to achieve everything from start to finish, but it will take a lot longer for one person to do, say, a feature film of 90 minutes. You could spend months, you could spend years, and of course it also depends on the level of quality that is expected in that production. So the more time you spend, definitely, generally the better the work will come out. The quality of the work tends to improve as you give it more time. Back then in school, during my internship days, I made the decision right from the time I came across the software that this is something worth exploring. I love animation because I find it to be something that is not popular or not as established in these parts of the world, and there's still so much opportunity, yet it's not explored. It's relatively unestablished compared to Hollywood and other parts. It's already saturated. There's so many people doing it there. So at that point, I saw an opportunity. I saw a open space, and I felt it was a very good opportunity to explore these parts. And I wanted to make a change. I wanted to do what nobody else had done before. I want to be among the first, the pioneers that will help to build the animation industry itself in Nigeria. I wanted to help people to discover the talent and then help to create opportunity for others in terms of jobs, in terms of content and everything. So I enjoyed the opportunity of being among one of the first people to really help animation to establish in this country, and I'm happy to see more and more people are beginning to take more interest, more and more opportunities are coming out of it, and I really look forward to the future. Our proudest project on our portfolio would be the Oboh and Wale animation series, and the very first video. That's the most proudest one of all, and it's because it's our own original idea. So it's the first 3D animated characters will ever really go viral in Nigeria, and the very first time where the video came out and went viral, it was a very big hit for us. People were calling us from right across the street and showing us the video. Have you seen this video? And they never realized that we're the ones that made it. So that moment was a very big moment for us. It was very inspiring, and it was like a wow thing for everybody in the office. People started calling us from all over the world, from the US, from Europe, literally different parts of the planet. We're getting calls from even Asia, from South Africa, from Germany, and the calls we're getting were people that just managed to even trace us back to where we were, from Lagos. So it was a very special moment for us, and we began to see the potential in animation. We go back to the office, everybody was like, wow, have you heard, have you seen, this stuff is online, the number of views is climbing, people are sharing it all over the place and everything. So that was a very big moment for us, and we just wanted to, at that point, just keep making more content. We named our first intellectual property, or I would say characters, Oboh and Wale. Oboh means king in the Yoruba language from Delta State. So he hails from Warri in the story, and Warri people are known to be hard-working hustlers. They are loud-mouthed, they are very confident, they have big mouths but little action. They just talk and talk and talk. And they can be really funny, they are highly extroverted, they are very jovial, they are very friendly and easygoing. So he kind of like embodies that personality, and he is fun personified. He is easygoing. So Oboh means king, and he kind of aspires to want to be big and successful. So that's how the name came about. Wale, on the hand, means a king to also Yoruba, and his own goal in our story is to become the Alafin of Oyo State. He wants to become an established monarch and very rich. So they're both hustlers, which represents the everyday average person in Lagos. So everybody's working, everybody has big dreams and great ambitions. So they are very ambitious people, representative of the average person in Lagos, and they aspire to become great in society and big and successful. So what makes our work at Orange VFX different is how we tackle animation. We are first and foremost Nigerians. We are proud of our culture, we're proud of our heritage, and we try to carry as much of that as possible into our work. For example, the way our characters talk, we don't try to be others. We don't try to sound American, we don't try to be Japanese or Chinese or British. We are us first and foremost. We are proud of our culture and identity. So we try to infuse as much of our culture as possible into our work. And then the way we create our animation too, we try to give it as fluid, as smooth and as organic as possible. So most animations out there I see in the Nigerian animation industry, they tend to be stiff and rigid. They're not flexible. They don't do things like, it's like this, whereas it should be like this. We don't have all those follow-throughs. We don't have, many of the principles for animation, they tend not to follow them. They just ignore them and just move the character. The character is just moving as opposed to expressive and, conveying emotion and mood. So we try to make it look as organic as possible, make it look flexible, make it behave most importantly like a human. So that way, when you watch it, you can easily relate to it, you can easily connect to it. Our characters, they speak pidgin. You understand? It's us, it's who we are, it's our identity. We don't shy away from it. In fact, we embrace it like with both arms and legs.
Shebi Oboh Davido, that 30 billion wey dey your account, na me borrow am.
Forget it. You see that snake wey swallow jam money? Na me send am. Na CBN dey go next.
Tuale baba, hello Tuale, where e dey?
True? Bros, you just had a lie. E dey my back. Hey, wetin be this?
Then I almost forgot, I also love gaming. In fact, part of the reason what inspired me to even get to animation was because of gaming. So I started gaming when I was very little, from like 7 or 6 or so. So I got exposed very early on to, to games, and that kind of like sparked my interest even more to want to do animation.
This guy do bad.
Fimile, Jenjaye.
Bad bedu.
Owayi kaba.
You dey feel am? You dey feel am?
Fàájì lélẹ́yìí, fàájì kẹlẹ́lẹ́.
You dey feel am? Oya tọ̀tọ̀.